Figured I'd do this is about a 5-month update. Had a few things happen with the tank. I lost a tang. I've got a new one since then. Jawfish died. Everything else seems to be doing really good. I put a couple pieces of live rock in there and it kind of threw my tank into that cycling phase again, and I think it stressed them out. Just put this new tang in here. He's acclimated pretty well. Seems to be doing really well, eating good, not getting bullied. I've now got a bubble tip anemone. I'm finally getting some of these zoas to start growing on the rock. I've just been mainly putting some frags in here and there, not going too quick with it. I've got a golden torch here now. It's grown quite a bit over the last couple months. Galaxia is still getting bigger, doing better. Just added a hammer frag. It's really cool. It's got like green stalks and pink tips on it. Starting to get a whole lot of coralline algae growing. I've got some frog spawn here that's growing quite a bit actually. These things are multiplying like crazy. We've got a colony of zinnias growing over here now. I had a leather in here and it is wilting away. I don't know what's going on with it. It seems to be the only piece of coral that hasn't been able to, I guess, stand up to my tank conditions. And all the other fish are doing good. Clowns have finally paired up. One's, you can tell one's became female. It's gotten a lot larger than the other. The Midas blenny's got probably the most personality of any of the fish in the tank. Flame Angel's still a bully. I've got a orchid dotty back in here that he picks on all the time. He's actually right in here right now. He stays hidden quite a bit. There he goes. I don't understand why the Flame Angel tends to pick on this fish, but he's definitely the most stressed out of all of them. I've got this frag here. I caught one of my emerald crabs picking on it the other day, and I don't know if it does it often or if it just decided to do it. I've added actually a veggie clip, and I keep some seaweed in here now for them to graze on, because I'm gone a lot during the day. The only ones I've really seen eating on it are the angel, the tang, and the Midas blenny. I don't know if the clowns are actually eating on it or not. I haven't seen them do it yet. Got a bunch of mushrooms that have actually spread out. There's one of my emeralds right there. He's huge. I've got 4 of them in there, 2 little ones and 2 fairly decent sized emerald crabs. These mushrooms here have multiplied. I've got about 8 or 9 of them. I only put 2 of them in there. Let's see, you can see some of them back here. This frag here, this I think it's acropore, I can't remember the name of it, started to die. I had it up here and it looked like it was getting scorched, so I moved it and it started to come back, and it's actually starting to grow a little bit now. It hasn't grown much, but it is growing. I don't know. It seems my LFS corals are growing a lot better than my SPS ones. I don't know if it's because the tank's still so new, you know, being only 5 months old, but I've got a lot of coralline growing in here now. It looks like it's finally gone through its cycling phase again after I put those pieces of live rock in there, so I don't really see too many more diatoms on the substrate. I've been doing, since I've been adding some more coral in here, I've been doing about 25-gallon water changes every week. I'm holding about 90 to 100 gallons in my system. It is a task, but it's worth it. It's a lot of fun. Love the hobby, and everything's, for the most part, is doing pretty good in here. This mushroom here is actually, it's got a couple growing behind the big one there. It's split a couple times, and I don't even really know what kind it is. It was actually on one of the rocks whenever I started the tank. Blenny's got his little home right here in his little rock. Since I lost the two fish, the jawfish and my other tang, I went about 2 months without putting anything in there, just to make sure that I didn't have any kind of crazy disease, ick or whatnot. So it's been a couple months, and I decided to go ahead and get another tang. It was relatively cheap at the pet store, so I got him, put him in here, and I'm just hoping that he will get along with everybody and do well. I don't plan on adding anything else to it except, coral here and there. The tank's changed quite a bit since I started it. It's something else. It takes a lot longer than some people may think for stuff to start growing. I've had to dose it a couple times. Calcium alkalinity. Alkalinity seems to be what I have to dose it with more than anything. I try to keep it a little bit above 8, about 8.2 to 8.4. Anywhere from 8 to 9. I try to keep it in that range. It's dropped below 8 a few times, which I guess isn't bad, but try to keep things relatively close to. All tanks are different from what I've heard. I've got a buddy I went over and tested his alkalinity for him, and it was at like 12, which seems to be high to me. Calcium levels are right around 430 to 450, which I prefer them to be in that higher range. I'd rather them be higher than lower, because they got down to about 370 ppm, and I dosed it a little bit with some stuff. It's like a 2-part dosing system. I don't really think I have enough stuff in here yet to have to start a drip. Eventually I will, but for the time being, I just try to do my water changes as frequently as I can, and dose as needed, basically. And everything seems to be responding well. I don't know if this thing is going to be okay up there. It's a Favia, I believe is what the name of it is. It's opened up quite a bit since I put it in there. I don't know if my light's going to scorch it or not, being at the top, but I just put it in there the other day, so I'm going to wait a few days and see how it does. It's in an area with really good flow, so I'm hoping that will be a good spot for it to start growing. I know my zoas are doing well. That's usually what I try to base if my levels are off, because they tend to respond to things before anything else. And I noticed when my calcium levels got a little lower, my frog spawn didn't want to expand and open up as much. So the LFS coral seems to be the things that respond to lower calcium levels. I don't really have very many hard corals yet. Like I said, I'm trying to take this thing as slow as I can and not do too much, and just get used to what I have in there. Let it stay in there before I don't don't go every weekend and buy a piece of coral. I kind of do things here and there. I see something I like every now and then, I may buy a frag. I don't like to buy huge corals. I'd like to grow corals, which is what a lot of people I'm sure like to do too. So post this on YouTube, let some people check it out. Here's another shot of my emerald. He's huge. It's just one of my bigger emeralds. And he has been in there for 3-4 months now. I've got 4 of them that have 2 of them that are really small that rarely come out, but the 2 big ones I have, they're not shy at all. They're out during the daytime. They're always out doing their thing. I haven't had any problems with any kind of bubble algae, which is what I was told that these things take care of. I'm still trying to get hopefully to get my clowns to host this anemone here. Whenever I got it, it was about the size of a dime, and it's about 7 times the size now. Maybe when it splits, I may take part of it and put it in a box and put it up in the corner and just try to put my clowns up in there with it and see if they warm up to it. They're probably tank raised clowns, so they always sleep in the corners up here in my overflow. And I've actually had a few times where, I don't know how, but one of my clowns manages to get over into my overflow area. I've had to pull out my drain and let him actually drain down into my sump area, into my skimmer chamber, where I can fish, kind of net him out of there, and then I have to bring him back up. And it's happened 3 or 4 times, and I have no idea how it's able to do it. I don't know if it's jumping over, if it's getting sucked up through this little hole that I got right here. I'm thinking that that's probably where he's getting through, if he is. But it's a mystery to me because I never see him do it. I've just woke up in the mornings and came to check things, and there he is swimming around in my overflow chamber. So one of those mysteries that you have to kind of witness to see what actually happens. But there it is. There's my tank. So people can check it out and tell me what you all think. I'll do another update soon.